Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Hataraku Saibo episode 3. Yeah, last time we saw a different type of, ailment because it wasn't a sickness technically. There were a bunch of viruses and germs entering the body through a small cut in, I don't know. I don't know why I always kept thinking of the knee, but no, it could be any part of the body. Yeah, it was. And yes, you can see this very small because yeah, it looks huge in the episode. But we have to remember we're dealing with microscopic levels. So yeah, for your normal human size, it should be tiny. It's perhaps just something that just poke and that's it. So yeah, again, it's amazing once you start to think about the scale the show is working. But anyway, yeah, that was of course a great episode, so we can see the platelets more than last time. And yes, they are so adorable, so cute. Because yeah, before seeing the anime, before starting to see the anime, I was bombarded like I don't know a month ago with tons of image of these cute little creatures. I didn't know exactly what they were, but I knew that they existed, and then I read, of course, the platelets and all that, and that's how I kind of get interested in the show. But I couldn't react to it because yes, I have a very tight schedule, so I need to follow said schedule. But don't worry, now we are reacting to this, and yes, as I said before, the platelets are adorable. But I cannot deny that I am so interested in the life of this red cell and this white cell. Yes, they took liberties in the show, but that is for dramatic effect. And I love it. I love this world that was created based on the human body. And I cannot wait to see the next one. So yeah, let's just cut all of this and watch the next episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the third episode of Cells at Work. And not only that, as I said before, I always try to read a little bit more about the cells that are being presented in each episode. Obviously, the new cells. I'm not claiming to be an expert on anything. This is something I just read on the internet. I try to look for the most certified sources, like a university or something like that. But still, it's not perfect. It's my basic understanding of what I read on the internet. So yeah, I always try to read that, and there's a lot, and I mean a lot of information here, which I'm not entirely sure of what it means or what exactly is. So again, I'm going to try to explain it in my best capability. So yeah, bear with me with that. But anyway, yeah, we're kind of having virus episode. Yeah, last time or in the last two episodes, I used to call virus or something along those lines. But they were never virus. They were always germs or bacteria or something along those lines. Never virus, because yes, this is a virus infection now. This is the episode of a virus infection. Why is that? Because, yeah, what I have read, and this is something I knew from my classes or my health classes back in the day, that, yeah, a virus is not alive. It's not dead either because it was never alive. It doesn't work as a living organism. It doesn't reproduce alone. It needs a host to reproduce itself. So, yeah, it's not alive. Therefore, it cannot be killed, or at least not in the same way. It can be destroyed. Yes, I don't know the exact word to describe how you eliminate a virus. Perhaps it's destroy or eliminate or something along the lines. But I don't think it's killed, because if you need to kill something, it needs to be alive in a certain point. A virus was never alive. So yeah, and I love how they use the zombie attack as a way to portray an infection with a virus, in this case influenza. And it's kind of ironic because yes, I don't think I have influenza, but I think I have the flu, which is kind of similar. I don't know. I'm just speaking just as a normal person. I don't have a medical background with me. But yeah, that's what I meant. That yeah, with my limited background in medicine, yeah, it's kind of similar. Yes, I have the same symptoms. a headache. I was completely tired from that week. I was sneezing like crazy. Yeah, it was awful. Luckily, it wasn't that much. So yeah, that's why I'm back relatively fast. Again, I'm deviating myself from the freaking topic. Anyway, yeah, we start in this very portrayed like zombie attack in the dark alley. One person is just very nervous. According to him, he's on patrol because yes, he was sent by their seniors. But yeah, my guess this is of course kind of creative license. That yeah, we're going to make this ambience very much like a zombie movie because yeah, so far I cannot think of anything in the body that is well like this. It's dark and creepy and all that. Well, technically your body doesn't have any light, internal light, but for the analogies of the show, my guess is yeah, this is just a creative license, and they are using yeah, just create the ambience for the zombie movie. And of course, this was called Naive, or it was in his cap Naive. I never understood that until, of course, it was pointed towards in the anime. But apparently, this naive cell is kind of yes, it's one of the T cells, but it has never encountered any virus, any germs, anything. It doesn't have it doesn't have the experience. Therefore, it's kind of portrayed like a coward. Yes, of course, but yes, this is not how the cells behave because yes, they are not afraid to die, let's say, because they don't have a conscience. They spread information and all that, but they don't have a conscience. And we saw our virus attack, or zombie attack, or virus. And of course, we saw again our white cell. And yes, he's defending and trying to say, okay, come on, let's help me to deal with this infection. And of course, the naive cell is just a coward because he doesn't want to face the virus that have appeared. Yeah, understandable. If it was a real human being, it was this young, yeah, I understand him perfectly. There is a cell. I don't think this is how it works in the body, sure. But of course, we saw a little bit of the virus here, the influenza virus. And we have three types, A, B, and C. I think the most dangerous one is the A type. And the one they are dealing with here is the B type. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not a medical expert. And then we finally saw something I wanted to see from episode 1. The macrophage. These amazing cells, because they were presented before when our red cell was completely lost in the first episode, and it was given a little bit more of information in the second one when this germ called the macrophage, the heavy hitters. So yes, I want to know exactly. I wanted to see them in action, and yes, these are the really strong type of white cells, the macrophage. But their work is not only to kill viruses, is to gain information from the virus, or the portion of the virus that I don't know if it survives or whatever you want to call it, and then relate this information to the other cells. And yes, of course, it's portrayed here by touching with her bare hands the freaking virus. And of course, we saw just how amazingly powerful she is. I mean, seriously, she was surrounded by viruses and just with one movement just destroy a few of them. So yeah, it's awesome. I love this scene because yes, it's portrayed as a very powerful. They show you that it's a very powerful white cell, or type white cell. And yes, always with a smile. I love that fact. And yes, they are keep fighting, and they are giving the different information to the rest of the body. And we saw again the helper T commander, I think it is called in this anime, and it's of course giving the information to the rest of the body so they can send the white cells to fight. And not only the white cells, the kill T cells, I think it is. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't remember all the names or the scientific names. They are here. Of course, they pay respect to both the macrophage and our white cell. Sorry. And yes, they are starting to attack. Of course, kind of punishing the naive cell because he didn't do his job. And that's why he doesn't want to see the rest of the seniors, let's say. they start to fight the invasion. Of course, we saw more information. Yeah, yes, there is a special cell, the memory T cell, that keeps the information about the viruses they have encountered, the viruses and the germs and all of that. And yeah, but yes, this is part of the human body. That yes, this is something that the human body needs, because if it's a recurring virus or infection or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't affect us that much. If we have survived said virus, we're ready for that one. And yes, it's kind of feel bad at the beginning, but it's a lot quicker for us to deal with said infection. We saw the fight, but of course our naive cell just runs away, and he it was found by the dendritic cell. I think it's, give me a second, is dendritic cell. Yes, it was dendritic cell. And this is, again, I did a little bit of research, I did a little bit of investigation in the internet, of course, that is to kind of get information to the rest of the body, because presenting all the viruses and giving all the viruses, and so the rest of the body knows what they have dealing with, and they can send the correct white cells to deal with these invasions. And not only that, apparently, yeah, he notifies about the invasion to the rest of the freaking necessary cells, that they can do the job and to spread all the information so the white cells can act or give the information to the other type of cell that defends our body. But not only that, their job is to activate these naive cells. Again, I was so confused in this part because there is a lot to talk. But of course, talking in the perspective of the anime, not just the function of the body, is how ridiculous everything is. Because yes, the seniors are of course in a certain point were naive cells too, and they were treated badly and they cry and all that. And of course he's doubting himself so much, this naive cell is doubting himself so much, because the only thing he has done is cry and not do its job. And yes, we're seeing this journey so he can become stronger and to fight the virus once and for all. I love this narrative perspective of the anime, because yes, obviously this is not how the body works. They trick, whatever. The freaking tree, the tree keeper, is of course giving the information to the rest of the cells, but it's showing of course pictures of these seniors in their state of naive cells. And yeah, this kind of motivates these new naive cells to be better than he is in this moment. Of course, that is not how the body works. I don't think these cells can see, oh yeah, the picture of my seniors. No, of course not. But into a narrative, it's awesome because it works so well. So yeah, the job of this again, Dietrich, again, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with these terms. It's the tree guy. Yeah, again, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the names. Is of course to activate this new cell. And yes, this is something I investigate further on. And yes, apparently, I didn't understand later on why he was so effective when he was fighting the viruses. Because yes, every single thing was against them. They were cornered in a freaking alley, and the virus were attacking, and they looked tired, and they couldn't do anything. And yes, this is very dramatic. For a narrative perspective, it's awesome, because it gives you this perspective. Oh God, there is something else that needs to be done so they can fight the enemy that we're seeing here. In the body, of course, that doesn't make sense, because how? So they are losing against the infection. Yeah, this is a worse infection, a terrible flu, let's say. But how this works into the organism, how, why? And then we saw, of course, the new awoken naive cell, the ex-naive cell, that it now is a full-grown cell, and it was activated. I think it's the correct term. It's been activated or something along those lines. And he looks so muscular, so powerful, and yes, he looks awesome in that moment. Yeah, but I was waiting. Why? Why this new cell is so effective against the viruses? Why? I didn't understand, and of course, he can reproduce himself, but he can duplicate himself to create more of him. Let's say. I didn't understand why he was so effective, why he was portrayed as this awesome killing machine. He just, leave the state of naive. And in further investigation is because he, in this case, this ex-naive cell, I think it's effector T cell, something along those lines, is activated specifically to fight this virus. He was specifically created to fight this virus, this type of virus. That's why he's capable of doing such an amazing job against this virus. That's why he's capable of destroying so many viruses and being this amazing and powerful force against the infection. So yeah, that's why. I didn't understand that while I was watching the anime, but later on, thanks to the investigation I did, that's why he was so strong. And of course, we saw another type of cell. I think it was a B cell. Yes, because it has it in his freaking shoulder. A B cell that produce antibodies so that he can fight the infection even better. And yes, I love this interconnection that we have here, that all the type of cells that are fighting the infection. Because, again, before I start to see these anime, I only thought that they were white cells, red cells, normal cells, and of course the specific one like neurons or the cells for the eye, and all of that. That's how I start to see, and that's my perception of the human body. Of course, this has been increasing because there is not just white cells, the basic white cells that I believe they were the only ones who fought the infection. No, they are macrophages, they are killer T cells, they are the B cells, and there are a ton of other cells that fight the infections, the germs, and all of that. So yeah, this anime is making me learn a lot for my own body, which is something I never thought I will be gaining from an anime. It's awesome. But not only that, of course, these fighters, because that's the fighters for the body, fight directly against the viruses. And yes, I love the comedic banter between here because they are just ignoring the B cell that is, oh yes, this is going to be perfect against this virus. And they're just laughing and they don't care. And they start to fight again. But not only that, how the information is spread towards the body, and not only that, of course, the sneeze is something that we were expecting yet, because you need to expel all the viruses, and that's what the body is doing when you are just sick and just sneeze of cough, because yeah, that is your body trying to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. But I didn't know why the increasing temperature. The increasing temperature is because it's harder for the virus to reproduce in this environment. So this is new knowledge. I thought it was a completely different reason, that thanks to the virus, the body is heating up because it's fighting the infection or something along the line, but it doesn't help. It's just because it's not something to help you to stop the invasion, but it's just something that a consequence of some or certain actions. But no, the body increased the temperature of its cell because it's necessary. Because yeah, the viruses perhaps cannot reproduce in this hot environment. That's guess. And again, I love the hints here and there about the stomach, because yes, we need food to gain energy, and of course the stomach is part of it. But apparently there is a reason as to why you don't get hungry or that hungry when you are when you are sick, because the energy of that is taken from your stomach and to help you digest your food is given to the rest of the body so it can fight the infection. So that's why you don't get so hungry. And I love how everything's in, oh, this is not one for making sandwich. We need to give our energy to the rest of the body. And yes, I love these. These are little things. And we saw again the I don't know if those are the sweat glands. Perhaps they are, because the temperature is increasing. Okay, yeah, we're perfectly hydrated. Release the sweat, and yes, you start to release and cool the surface of the body down, according to what I saw. And yes, I love everything, all the small details, because yes, even when we saw for brief moments our red cell and her senior We saw that, oh, this is getting hotter in here. And yes, everything is related to what is happening to you when you are sick. And everybody is working to get you better, to help the body as a whole to get better. Yes, they have to kill former cells, former normal cells that of course they fed and all that. But that is necessary because if you don't kill them, they're going to be producing more and more and more viruses. Which is awesome when you think about it. And yes, when they finally kill the last B-type virus, they mention it's over. Or they thought it was over. Yeah, I love the destruction that we're seeing. Because yeah, you feel like that when you're sick. But there is somebody else there. A new virus. And of course, the new awoken cell, the new awoken T cell, is just, oh yes, I'm going to deal with him like it's nothing. And he starts to attack. This is a new virus. This is a type A virus. And he just dealt with the freaking giant, the ex-naive cell like it was nothing. And it just become again the naive cell. I love that little small detail. I don't think that is how those type of cells work. Perhaps it's just, again, the artistic reference here because, yeah, it's for a comedic moment. But this is a different type of virus. He is ineffective because he was created to fight the other virus. And that's why he was dealt with like it was nothing. And everybody else is just, oh no, this is not working for him. I guess, again, the antibodies are created for a specific type of virus. That's my guess. Again, I didn't went to medical school and the research I did is very limited. So that's why it's not as effective like the last time. And of course, he's to reproduce again, and they have to fight it. And the macrophage is saying, oh no, this is now a type A virus. Send the information to the rest of the cells. And the other guy is going back to make more antibodies to fight against this type of virus. But everything else in the body is kind of relaxed. Oh yeah, sure. Even the platelets. We saw the platelets for a little while, and they are doing their job. And that's the end of the episode. Again, I cannot speak much about the what I do with other animals, the change of pace, the different type of archetypes, the characters, how they grew, and all of that. No, most of the time I just try to understand what is going on, how accurate that information is, and that's what I see in this anime. It helps me to learn a lot more about my own human body. And yeah, it's fascinating. And yeah, something I noticed, this is one of the few, or perhaps the only one, in which I really do a lot of research. It took me a while before I gave this commentary. I read some stuff on the internet, and it took me like an hour. I watched the episode a second time. I scribble my notes, and those notes something I take when I do the research on the internet. I really, more like an hour of research, because yes, it takes me sometimes, because yeah, I didn't count the time in which I watched the episode. Yeah, it's like an hour and a half before I start to do my commentary. The rest is just watch the video, get my notes, and kind of say what I have to say about the characters. This took a lot more research than the normal episode I do, so yeah. Kudos to the show, it made me read a lot of medical research. More than I ever dream of reading. The only thing I have to say is thank you for your attention, and see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and yes, thank you so much for your attention, guys. And as always, if you want to leave a comment, that will help me a lot more. If you want to give me a like, that will help me even more to get on the top of the recommendation for YouTube. And if you want to share this video, that will help me even more. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.